hello, welcome. Come on in. Well, what a beautiful winter's morning. The sun is shining and we've got this gorgeous view behind us. We've got an identical view in front of us.
It's gorgeous.
We have, yeah. Now we're off on the Ashby this week. We finally make it to the start of the Ashby. You've never done the Ashby before, have you?
No, it was lovely.
Yeah. Well, you're about to find out how lovely the Ashby is.
Beautiful.
No matter what time of year you go up there. And we'll mention some of the highlights that you'll see. Whoops, Daisy, got an itch in my ear. As we go up that trip over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, probably 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll get on with the vlog and we'll catch up with you very soon. After a short stay at Hawkesbury Junction, I think it was for a couple of nights, we leave the water point and proceed through the stop block. Now this stop block was put in place so that the owners of the Coventry Canal and the Oxford Canal could make sure they got their dues from all the passing boats. It's also the lock where I teased Carol and told her it was an extremely deep lock. You should have heard her laugh when she saw it was only 6 inches deep. It's quite a sharp turn to the right here, or to starboard, as we leave the lock to make our way onto the Coventry Canal proper. And in this basin is the well-known inn, the Greyhound Inn, where they do exceedingly good food. And if you are passing, I really do recommend this particular pub to you, as you will see. At this point, if you turn to port to your left, you would go down to the Coventry Basin, which is actually right in the centre of Coventry. I'm not a great lover of cities, so we've turned to starboard and we are going to head off down the Coventry for now. In front of us you can see the original pump house that was used to draw water and to keep the water levels at a sensible depth for all the commercial activity, because this was in fact a very busy waterway in its time. I've covered the Coventry Canal in earlier vlogs in quite some depth, and it's actually quite a beautiful canal. And those of you will know that both Karen and I love the countryside, and it's not without its fair share of gorgeous countryside, as well as a few big towns. As we continue along the Coventry past the linear moorings on our starboard side, in fact I forgot to mention that just as we pass the pump house there is in fact another set of water points, and so there's plenty of occasions to be able to fill up your tank with water. And all good narrowboaters know that you never pass a water point without filling up, unless of course you've already just done so. Despite it being late November as we made this journey, you can see that the actual trees still had a lot of their leaves on. We would have discovered that when we returned back this way they were all gone, but it still leaves a lovely beautiful autumn hue in the sunshine. And of course here we get some rather superb reflections as well. Beautiful. coming up is on our port side is a bit of an eyesore in some ways, but it's known as the Charity Dock or the Charity Wharf, and it's got quite a history actually. Now, research has shown that it was bought, or this area was bought, by a local Bedworth charity way back when coal was found and the collieries were built to extract it. Now, the charities themselves therefore became very rich, but they had to not only extract the coal, but they had to move it on to sell it, and the nearest point on the canal to this colliery was at the corner here. So the wharf was built and a tramway connected it to the colliery, and enabled shipping to then call in for the coal, and each narrowboat itself would transport up to 30 tons of coal. The colliery itself ceased production in 1924 and the tramway was lifted, and so the dock remains as a surviving artefact of Bedworth's former coal mining history. So here we go then. Here we are at Bridge 15, and we have got an extremely tight turn in onto the Ashby Canal. Now there is quite a bit of a winding hole here, and I'm very fortunate in that Morning Star has got a really good turning circle, provided you give it a bit of welly. And we were able to get our way into it. Now there is, or was, a stop lock the other side of this bridge, and it is extremely narrow. It's always best to never travel on the canals with your fenders down, but those that do would probably find a bit of a problem getting through it, because it literally was very, very tight for us to go through, probably no more than a couple of inches either side of the boat. The Ashby Canal itself has got 22 miles of navigation without locks. It's a very popular waterway, especially in the summer months. So so it can get very congested. Also, it can be prone to low water levels, so when you move out from the centre of the channel you can quite often aground. Just be aware of that if you're coming along. But it is a beautiful canal and it should not be ignored. You should not ignore this canal. It doesn't matter what time of year you go up it or down it, there's always something of interest, and we'll cover some of this in our next couple of vlogs. For now though, we decided to moor up at one of my favourite locations, which is at Bridge 3. The internet is stonkingly good, the television reception is perfect, it's very peaceful and quiet, although you do get a fair amount of walkers coming by in the summer months. Bridge 3, Lloyd's Farm Bridge, 100% recommended to anybody who's looking for that special little place to enjoy this beautiful canal. So that's it, we've arrived. Bridge 3 is now in sight and it's time to pull over to our port side, moor up put the kettle on and have a lovely cup of tea. Although I think in reality a lovely glass of lager might be more akin. Well, as you can see, we spent a lovely time moored up at our favourite spot, wasn't it? It was a lovely spot there. Bridge 3 on the Ashby.
Oh, Bridge 3, yeah.
Beautiful. Internet, stunningly fast, very, very good. So if you're on a boat and you're going that way, Bridge 3. If you're going up the Ashby, it's just before Bridge 3. You can't miss it. Beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Lloyd's Farm Bridge. And we went past the Charity Wharf, didn't we?
Yeah.
What a dump.
Oh, Ian, I wouldn't say that.
I can't say that. Well, it is. Do you know, it used to be a lot smarter than that, whether it's changed hands or whether or not there's been a lot of wind damage. It's a shame, really, but it's the most unique place, and I'm sure that's got a lovely lot of history.
Yeah.
Yes, lots of history there. Never mind. There we go. Right. Well, we've what?
No, it doesn't matter. I forgot.
You forgot? We had a lie-in this morning.
That's what I was
That's what
say.
The problem is. We took a day off from cruising to have a lie-in.
Yeah.
And it's lovely. And in this weather, beautiful. Last night, the stars
shining, twinkling.
Absolutely stunning.
And owls. We had owls as well.
Yeah.
And it was just beautiful. A lovely evening with our meal. Valentine's Day.
Yeah, Valentine's Day yesterday. Yeah.
I love him.
Isn't that nice? She's lovely, isn't she? So, what we're going to say then is, look, that's all for this week.
Yeah.
You take care of yourselves and keep safe no matter what you're doing. Look after yourself and keep healthy. You and your loved ones too. And special commiserations to our friend Paul at the loss of his son. And our thoughts and prayers are with you, Paul.
Yes, Paul.
Okay, so here we go then. That's it. Take care till we see you next week. Thanks for giving us a thumbs up. Thanks for all the new subscribers. And when we see you on the cut, thanks to everyone that said hi. So there we go then. We'll see you all again next week. So this is Ian.
Carol.
Saying ta-da.
Bye. Take care.